In this video, I'm going to give you the editing lesson I wish I had before I started YouTube. Whenever I look up how to edit something, the person always seems to be working with immaculate footage from like a $10,000 camera. And for some reason, they always seem to think my dream job is editing commercials. I'm not trying to learn how to make frame-perfect B-roll sync to music. I'm just trying to make YouTube videos that people want to watch. I don't have a film crew. I don't have a soundstage. I'm just me in my one-bedroom apartment. For those of you who don't know, and that's most of you since I have 4 videos and 68 subscribers, I'm kind of on a journey to become a better YouTuber. I've tackled thumbnails, I've studied watch time, and now I want to know, how do I edit videos that are fun to watch? To answer that question, I hired this guy. He's an editor I found on Discord to work with me and make sure this video is packed full of awesome ideas that'll be useful to new YouTubers like me. This won't be a tutorial exactly. Think of it as a starting point, like a visual list of editing search terms or ideas that you can try yourself or learn more about. They should be useful, they should be fun, let's just get into it. It's really important to pick a good music track as a baseline for your video. It can help you edit to the beat, establish pacing, and overall keep the energy of your video higher and more enthusiastic. Try to film in more than one location. White walls aren't that interesting. If you don't have a green screen, you can still use your white background to do some pretty interesting things. Cropping in on the subject's face during long sentences helps make it more dramatic. Whenever it makes sense, it's good to split up scenes from one location with scenes from another. That way your viewer doesn't get bored of seeing the same thing for a long time. Just like Photoshop, Premiere lets you pick blend modes. So when you layer in another piece of footage or image, you can overlay it creatively. Generally, people think of a fade to black as time passing. Echoes are a good way to emphasize your dripping sarcasm. Adding memes to your video helps break up the drudgery of just talking to your camera, even though I think it's a little cheesy. There are clips of smoke that you can layer into your video or during transitions. It can really help to ease animations. This is a subscribe button bouncing around linearly. And now this is a like button that's bouncing around where changes in speed and direction are smoothed out. Doesn't it look so much better? A fade to white means you're going back in time. Maybe it's a flashback. Camera shake is super effective at emphasizing a point. You can animate saturation to turn a fun moment into a serious one. Going from a short clip to another short clip helps the viewer focus on the longer clip when it finally comes. Subtitling your video can make it easier to digest. Also, when you're putting text into your video, there are so many settings you can play with. Hey, Vsauce, Ben here. You can allude to creators you like by working in things that they do. Or can you? For some reason, I really like this transition. Black and white footage is a great way to convey that something happened in the past. A vignette is also good for that. That's dark corners around the edges. You can even animate playback speed to
slowly go into slow motion
and then speed up again. You can animate the opacity of an overlay. You'll need some stylistic ways of cutting in media that you're talking about or reading. You should prompt people to like the video and subscribe to your channel without breaking up the flow of the video. I always find poorly edited explosions absolutely hilarious. Bam. You get it. Color grading can be time-consuming, but it is a great way to create a cinematic look or to cement your own style. Making clips bounce in makes it less jarring to start a scene. Covering the camera is a surprisingly versatile transition. Having reoccurring themes, sound effects, or images can make your entire video feel so much more cohesive. When you cut, it's important to keep something the same. This is the difference between zooming in and my eyes moving, and zooming back out and my eyes staying in the same place. It's so much easier to watch. If you start playing the audio before you cut to something, it makes the cut a lot less jarring. And before the cut happens, it just seems like a bit of voiceover. Don't overuse time lapses, but they are a great way to get through a lot of footage without a lot of heavy editing. You can animate brightness to have dynamic lighting. You can clone yourself just by creating a mask down the middle and playing the other side of the shot at the same time. Just make sure you don't change the lighting or bump the camera, because that'll mess things up. You can animate the volume of audio. You can animate some aspect of just about every single effect in Premiere. There is so much flexibility in the software to be creative and make your own style. You know what's a cool overlay? Party lights. There are so many free sound effects on the internet. Freesound.org. It's always nice to have a stylistic end screen, but personally, I think it's fine just to do this. Before you go, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. It honestly means the world.